Hello Kat, thank you so much for your question. Hopefully this video response helps. You asked, how do you apply the 4-count method to dancing? Well, you're going to replace your counts with actual dance steps. There are a number of ways that you can do this. First things first is I can choose to dance on every single count. Okay, here's a small demonstration. Say for instance I have 8 counts and I have a sequence. I can do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I started my count on 1, but I also started my move on 1. I ended my count on 8, and I ended my sequence, my dance sequence, on 8. Okay, and every single time that I counted, I moved. Also, what can happen is I can choose to hold one of those counts, which simply means that I choose to pose during one of my counts and not move at all. So here's a small demonstration of that. 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So what ended up happening is I held one of my counts, but now I was 1 count over. So instead of ending on 8, I had to end on 1. Well, you can fix that. You can either keep it that way, or if you simply have to end on 8, you can choose to syncopate one of those counts. 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. That one's a little tricky because what I had to do in order to get back on the same beat, the same rhythm that I was on, is I had to, number 1, add a syncopation right here with my ands, because at first I was just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was 6. But because I had to hold my 3 and 4, and I came down on 5 rather than coming down on 4, I had to speed this count up at a syncopation so that I could get back on 7, 8. So let me do that without the hold real quick, and then I'm going to go back to doing it with the hold so you see what I mean by those counts. So this is the first demonstration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I was up on 3, down on 4, I swung around on 5, and I came down with my arms on 6. But what happens when I hold? 1, 2, 3, hold 4, I'm down on 5, I'm around on 6, and that 6, because of that movement, is a long movement anyways. It was a lot of time taken out, so I had to syncopate it so that I could get here to do 7, 8, because that still needs to end on 8, and we know that this 1, 2, I'm stepping back. If you can't, I know you can't see my feet. I'm just stepping back, and I'm doing my roll that I showed you guys the other day. I know that's going to be 2 beats, so it's a little bit of a math game. That one's a little tricky. It's a little complicated, but we'll keep practicing with it. Okay. So the only thing that I changed was my counting. Okay. You can also choose to syncopate one of the beats. I'm sorry. You can also choose to syncopate one of the dance moves. Here's a small demonstration of that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so what I did is I added a small 3 and instead of just going 3, 4, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Last thing is something called just sustaining your count. Okay, and that simply just means to drag out one of the counts. It makes it real dramatic, and you can also, it can be real interesting just depending on what you choose to do there and how the music sounds. So here's a small demonstration of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you become familiar with rhythm and counting, then you won't have to count out loud anymore. and it'll just be in your head. And after a while, it won't be in your head anymore. You'll just dance. And so that's the good thing of just about studying your rhythm, making sure that you're able to understand how the beats are flowing in and out, how to understand how the tempo is moving you in and out, and how you can sustain counts and all that good stuff. All that has to do with tempo. Just play around with a little bit, add a variety. You don't have to just syncopate one count. You don't have to just syncopate one dance move. You can do a plethora of them within your sequence, okay? I hope that helps you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. If you have, find me on YouTube, find me on Facebook. I'm here to answer any of your questions. If I have to make a video, I will absolutely do that, just so that you guys can understand what it is that's going on with your dancing, okay? Until next time, bye dancers.